Welcome, my friend. Today, we will talk about something that touches every heart at some point. Anger. Anger is a fire that can burn through our peace, cloud our minds, and distance us from the ones we love. But what if I told you, this fire does not have to control us? What if instead, we could use it as a tool for understanding and growth? Let me share a story. Years ago, as a young monk, I once walked through a crowded market with my teacher. As we made our way through the noise and chaos, a man bumped into me, knocking my things to the ground. In that moment, I felt a wave of anger rise inside me. I wanted to react, to shout, to defend my pride. But my teacher, who stood beside me, simply smiled and said, "Hold your anger like a newborn child. It is not something to be feared, but something to understand." I did not understand his words at first, but over time I began to see what he meant. Anger is a natural emotion, just as natural as joy, sadness, or fear. But unlike those emotions, anger often comes with force, a burning intensity. However, this force is not something to suppress or ignore. It is something to observe, and with practice, it can become a great teacher. So how do we control anger? The first step, my friend, is to pause. In the moment when you feel the fire rising, pause. Take a deep breath. Anger often urges us to react immediately, but in that pause, you create space, a space in which you can choose how to respond instead of letting the anger dictate your actions. In that space, ask yourself, why am I angry? Often, anger is a mask for something deeper: fear, hurt, or frustration. When you understand the root cause of your anger, you gain insight. And once you understand it, you can begin to let it go. In the same way that a flame needs fuel to burn, anger needs your thoughts and attention to grow. But if you stop feeding it, if you breathe, observe, and let it be, the fire slowly fades. One of my students once asked, "Master, how do I prevent myself from getting angry in the first place?" I told him, anger is not the enemy. It is your reaction to anger that matters. You see, my friend, we cannot control everything that happens around us. People will sometimes say or do things that hurt us. Situations will not always go our way, but we can control how we respond to these situations. Mindfulness is the key. When you practice mindfulness, you live in the present moment. You become aware of your thoughts and emotions as they arise. And when you are aware, you are no longer a prisoner of your emotions. You are their master. One of the greatest lessons I have learned is this: anger is like a storm. It comes with great force, but it always passes. If you can remain grounded, like the deep roots of a tree, the storm will not sway you. The wind may howl, the rain may fall, but you remain centered, calm. And just as the storm clears to reveal a peaceful sky, so too will your mind find clarity once the anger has passed. What remains is wisdom. The wisdom to know that anger, like all emotions, is temporary. It is our choices in those moments that define our peace. So when you next feel anger rising, remember, pause, breathe, and observe. Do not suppress it, but do not let it consume you either. Treat it with curiosity, like a traveler passing through. For once you understand it, you are free. Anger, when understood, becomes a tool for growth. It can teach us about ourselves, about our fears, our desires, our attachments. But to learn from it, we must approach it with mindfulness, compassion, and patience. The next time you feel anger stirring within you, take a breath, my friend. Remember that you are not the anger. You are the one who sees it. And in that awareness lies your power. May you always find peace, even in the storms of life. If this message has brought you clarity, I invite you to join our journey of reflection, wisdom, and personal growth. Subscribe to The Inner Compass, where we explore life's deeper lessons together. Let us walk this path of mindfulness and understanding side by side, with each step bringing us closer to peace.